Wait. Kung mahilig ka sa mga pusa, aba, nako, isama mo na sa itinerary mo ang Hotong Cat Village. Dati itong coal mining town and within the complex, you'll find a mini museum about its mining past. Pero ngayon, pinakakilala ito bilang isang cat village. Nag-umpisa ang lahat noong 2008 nang may isang local na nagpicture ng kung paano nila inaalagaan ang mga inabandonang pusa dito. After nun, nag-start dumagsa ang iba pang mga cat lovers. May mga estatwa din and cat-related souvenir shops around the area. Bukod sa mga pusa, very scenic din ang lugar talaga kasi nasa pagitan ito ng isang stream and ng railway. May mga snack stores din in case abutan ka ng gutom. It's located in Ruifang District in New Taipei City, outside the Taipei City proper. Kung sa Taipei ka manggagaling, mahigit 1 hour din ang biyahe by train. From Taipei Main Station, just board the local bus to Hotong Station. And yes, wala itong entrance fee. Isa lang ito sa mga free attractions na pwede mong ma-enjoy in Taipei and New Taipei City. And in this video, we'll share with you 21 more. Hey there, poor traveler! We are Vince and Josh. Before we begin, if bago ka dito, you can expect to see comprehensive and informative travel videos here, so subscribe to this channel by tapping on the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it. Then, turn on notifications para hindi mo ma-miss yung mga future uploads natin. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Siksik na siksik ang Taipei sa mga attractions na magandang pasyalan lalo na kung first time mo pa lang. Yung Taipei City mismo, maraming mga historic and cultural spots, and ang New Taipei City naman can show you some of Taiwan's natural wonders. Marami-rami ito, so ipagpatuloy na natin agad-agad. This is said to be Taipei's oldest street, dating back to the 1850s. Hindi na ito yung first time namin dito kasi nakapunta na rin kami dito a couple of years ago. Pero ito yung first time namin na mag-explore dito in style. And by style, I mean, ito yung mga traditional attire nila na pwede mong i-rent from the Dadoucheng Visitor Center. Actually, parang rent is not the right word for it kasi it's totally free. Meron lang 1,000 NTD na deposit para sa garments pero refundable naman ito basta ibabalik mo yung hiniram mo nang walang damage. You can choose from any of their wide selection of attires. Pwede ka rin kumuha ng accessory, which can be a bag, a pipe, or a hat. And while in your period drama era, pwede kang mag-explore dito sa historic street na ito, which is flanked by shop houses selling traditional medicine, tea, herbs, fabric, and iba pa. Itong Diwa Street, ganito na ito for centuries. Pero today, you'll find more modern cafes and milk tea stalls. Isa sa pinakamalaking buildings dito ay ito, which houses the Yongle Market. Tinayo ito noong 1896 and this kaleidoscope of textiles spans multiple floors na punong-puno ng silk, satin, lace, and tailor services. Sa street level na wet market, makakakita ka ng freshest produce, herbal teas, and snacks too. Pero yung mga fabric stores nandun sa second floor. Sa 8th floor naman of the same building, makikita mo yung Dadoucheng Theater. It's a branch of the Taipei Cultural Center. It's a great venue for performances and even hanggang ngayon, pwede kang makanood ng traditional puppet plays dito. Meron din silang mini museum showcasing the various types of puppets and the history of puppetry dito sa Taipei. Libre naman pumasok and may mga shows na libre din pero some of the performances may require a paid ticket. Just down the street, makikita mo naman itong maliit lang pero extremely popular na Shanghai City God Temple. Tinayo naman ito noong 1859 in honor of the city god Cheng Wang, who ensures local peace and prosperity. Later on, dinagdag yung estatwa naman ng wife niya. Today, many visitors, especially mga turista, come here to pray for a happy love life. So, whether ang habol mo ay traditional puppetry, or naghahanap ka ng divine romantic look, or gusto mo lang mag-pose the house down sa isang retro shoot, okay pumunta dito sa Diwa Street. Lalo pa na most of the attractions ay wala namang bayad. Depending on kung saan part ng Diwa Street ka manggagaling, you can walk for 5 to 10 minutes westward and eventually mararating mo itong Dadao-Cheng Wharf Plaza. From its origins as a bustling trade pier on the Tamsui River to its 21st century renaissance as a riverside hangout, magandang tumambay dito sa Dadao-Cheng Wharf kasi it mixes history with modern fun. Pinakaagaw pansin dito ay itong sobrang haba na mural depicting various scenes of Taipei. Pero best na bumisita dito in late afternoon and early evening kapag nagsastart ng mabuhay itong wharf. Especially dito sa Pier 5 Container Food Park where you'll find dozens of stalls pumping out craft beer, boba, burgers, seafood, Thai, Korean, and Italian. Pili ka lang ng table, yung iba nandun sa taas ng mga containers, and snap those casual food shots as city lights glimmer across the water. Kung mas may budget ka naman, pwede ka namang mag-hop on a sunset time river cruise heading upriver toward Tamsui and beyond. Yung river cruise offers scenic drifting shots of iconic bridges and lush riverside parks. And syempre, yung skyline ng Taipei, which is magnificent at sunset. And yes, pwede mo ring makita yung Taipei 101 from here. Di naman siya kamahalan, nasa 300 NTD lang siya for 1-hour cruise na yon. Pero kung ayaw mong gumastos, yun nga, masarap naman ding maglakad-lakad lang dito and let the river breeze flow. Wala namang entrance fee kung sightseeing lang ang gagawin mo. Pero kung gusto mong magbike, pwede rin naman, pero may bayad nga lang yung bike rental syempre. Merong mga U-bike stations, pero meron ding mga bike rental shops that lend units for 80 NTD per hour. Mas mura yung U-bike. Pero either way, you can explore the 18-kilometer riverside cycling route papunta sa Guandu and pabalik dito sa city. By the way, speaking of Guandu, if ituloy mo lang yung pagbabike from Dadao-Cheng, mararating mo eventually yung Guandu Wharf. It's very quiet during the day, pero kapag late afternoon na and evening, it bursts into life dahil nagbubukas na yung mga food stalls and yung mga locals will begin flocking around the area. From here, just across the street, stands Guandu Temple naman, officially known as Ling'an Temple. Isa itong historic gem dedicated to Mazu, the goddess of the sea and protector of sailors and fishermen. Isa ito sa oldest temples in Taiwan. And yung roots nito can be traced back to 1661. Pero yung most interesting bit dito, it was carved into the side of a mountain. Kung titingnan mo lang ito mula sa entrance sa tabi ng daan, iisipin mo maliit lang yung temple and hindi masyadong striking. Parang walang anything interesting about it. Pero pagpasok mo, you'll be greeted by a deep, winding cave tunnel adorned with statues, altars, and stone reliefs that will lead you naman to a small shrine. The experience gives a more spiritual, almost otherworldly feel. And kapag narating mo na yung other side, you'll find more structures including a pagoda, several halls, and a manicured garden na merong mga unnaturally square shape na mga puno. But that's not the end of it. From here, you'll also get to enjoy a wonderful view of the Guandu area. Kung magutom ka, pagtawid mo sa kalye, andun naman yung Guandu Food Park where you can grab quick snacks. Siyempre, hindi makukumpleto ang listahan na to kung wala ang OG IG Paradise, Ximending. I can't think of any other free attraction dito sa Taipei na nakakaakit ng more social media natives than the Rainbow 6 crosswalk right by the entrance to Shimen Walker. And hindi naman mahirap maintindihan kung bakit. Often compared to Harajuku sa Tokyo, yung buzzing neighborhood na ito is a sensory overload in the best way possible. Bright signs glow above pedestrian streets na lined naman with fashion boutiques, sneaker shops, milk tea stalls, and endless snack counters. Maingay, makulay, and parang napakaraming ganap parate. Pero, yun yung charm niya actually. Yes, it's extremely touristy nowadays, pero gets naman kung bakit ito dinadayo and binabalik-balikan kahit ng mga turista. Yung pinaka-interesting talaga dito sa Ximending is that it still belongs to the youth. Teenagers gather here after school, buskers draw crowds with music and dance, and cosplayers occasionally turn the streets into a spontaneous photo shoot. Pero kung maging overwhelming para sa'yo yung crowd, lakad ka pa papasok hanggang marating mo yung Taipei Cinema Park. Compared to the packed commercial blocks, itong open space na to feels refreshingly relaxed. Meron itong mga graffiti-covered walls, outdoor art pieces, and wide concrete spaces that attract skateboarders, dancers, and creatives who prefer a more low-key vibe. Mas tahimik dito and hindi kasing gulo nung main streets ng Ximending. Sobrang gusto namin dito sa Ximending na kung tatanungin mo kami for the best area to stay dito sa Taipei, isa ito sa mga marirecommend talaga namin. Ang dami kasing makakainan, masyashoppingan, and pwedeng pagstayan. Yes, marami ditong accommodations from full-service hotels to budget hostels. And if wala ka pang nabubok and papunta ka sa Taipei, reserve ka na with Agoda and use our promo code AGODATPT, all caps dapat, for up to 5,900 pesos na discount. That's actually 8 to 10% off, capped at 100 USD. So that's around 5,900 based on the current exchange rate. To automatically get this discount, all you need to do is visit theporttraveler.net/Agoda and log into your account. You can also use the Agoda mobile app. Kung ito yung mas preferred mo, kapag inopen mo yung app, itap mo lang yung deals button dun sa bottom menu. Tapos sa coupon field, type Agoda TPT, all caps dapat, to save the code to your account. Then choose a hotel and room type as usual. And kapag magche-checkout ka na, dun sa checkout page, i-enter mo lang ulit yung Agoda TPT para ma-apply yung discount. So yes, 2 beses mo kailangang i-enter yan. Yung una is dun sa deals page to save the code to your account, and again, sa checkout page to apply the discount. You can also save AATPT to get up to 1,770 pesos off naman on Agoda activities. Parehong codes na yan, you can use them up to 5 times. Pero when you save it, it stays in your account for 30 days lang. Pero don't worry, after that, pwede mo namang i-redeem again. I-type mo lang ulit parate sa deals page. You can also save all these codes for your next booking. The Port Traveler Klook for Klook, the Port Traveler for Aeralo eSIM and Star Cruises, and Worth It for PGA Sompot Travel Joy Insurance, and pati na rin sa Royal Caribbean Cruises via cruising.com.ph. Okay, balik na tayo sa video. Earlier, na-mention ko na yung Guandu, which can be found in Taipei's Beito District. Pero Beito is best known for another attraction, hot springs. Ito ang Beito Thermal Valley, and isa ito sa pinaka-famous na hot spring spots dito sa Taiwan, located sa northern Taipei. When you arrive, ang babati sa'yo muna ay itong maliit na fountain nito where you can feel the water and give your hands a bath. Pero as you walk deeper, you'll eventually see the steamy hot springs that look like nature's giant cauldron. Basically, para itong steaming geothermal pool where extremely hot sulfuric water bubbles up from the underground. Tapos yung tubig dito, pwedeng umabot ng 80 to 100 degrees Celsius. So, masyado itong mainit para hawakan or ipangligo or lubluban. But it is one of the main natural sources of Beito's hot spring water. So, around the area, meron kayong makikita mga resorts and bathhouses. And yung tubig nun nanggagaling dito sa geothermal system ng Beito. Visually, very striking ito kasi milky blue yung kulay ng tubig, sometimes greenish. Tapos, meron parating steam na nagre-rise from the surface. Pero it also bombards your nose with a strong sulfur smell. Amoy nilagang itlog and minsan amoy bulok na itlog. Lakad-lakad ka lang and soak in yung mystical atmosphere sa area. And nope, hindi mo kailangang magbayad ng entrance fee at all. Pero before you leave, you might want to try itong mga tea eggs na ito, sold by shops in front of the entrance. Tapos, walk to your right, kung saan makikita mo naman yung next stop natin. Step into the past at the Beito Hot Spring Museum. Isa itong beautifully preserved na bathhouse from the Japanese colonial era pa. Built in 1913, itong building na to once served as one of the grandest public bathhouses in the area. Today, museum na siya, offering a glimpse into the heyday of Beito's hot spring culture, complete with exhibits and a massive wooden bathing hall where visitors once soaked in mineral-rich waters believed to have healing properties. Pero syempre ngayon, bawal nang mag-dip dito. Yung museum mismo, it feels nostalgic. Although during our visit, ang dami kasing naka-field trip na mga Japanese school children, so medyo maingay and mas magulo than usual. Normally though, yung atmosphere dito is quite relaxed. Like many traditional bathhouses, you'll need to remove your shoes before entering, and meron ka namang pagtataguan yan ng mga lockers. Basta gamitin mo lang yung mga provided na indoor slippers. Tapos, follow the marked path as you explore the exhibits.
So, anong masabi mo, Yosh?
Maliit lang siya, pero nakakapagod din siya. No?
Kasi mahagdan tsaka elevated.
Wala itong bayad, but they do regulate the number of visitors inside at any given time. So, minsan, kailangan mo maghintay. It may be hard to believe, but this rolling sea of grass still sits within the city limits of Taipei. It feels part Studio Ghibli fantasy landscape, part K-drama filming location, and a little reminiscent of the windswept hills of our very own Batanes. Welcome to Qingtianggang Grassland, and pardon my terrible pronunciation. Sitting roughly 800 meters above sea level inside Yangmingshan National Park, nabuo ito by ancient volcanic lava flows. Today though, it's a peaceful green escape where visitors stroll along trails, pwede ka ring mag-picnic. Sabi ng local na kasama namin, yung grassland na to looks more cinematic kapag ka may mist rolling over the hills, giving the place a dreamy feel. Pero when we visited, sobrang clear ng langit. Walang fog, so kitang-kita mo yung sweeping views of the surrounding mountains and even yung skyline ng Taipei. Visible din kasi siya from here. May walking path din which winds across the grassland, making it easy for casual walkers and reluctant hikers. Pero most na turista, ang ginagawa nila, nagpipicture-picture lang sila. Sandal-sandal sa bakod, ganong pose, ganyan. Just don't expect solitude on weekends kasi maraming tao pag weekends. So for a calmer visit, aim for a weekday morning tulad ng ginawa namin kasi when we visited, it was a Wednesday and very chill lang yung vibe ng area. To get here from Taipei City Center, just take the MRT or bus to Jiantan Station tapos catch bus S15 to Qingtianggang. Tapos malalakad mo na from there. Yung travel time is 1 to 1.5 hours. Isa pang attraction na makikita mo within Yangmingshan National Park ay itong Datun Falls. Dito kasi sa Yangmingshan, most tourists, ang nararating lang nila is itong area malapit sa flower clock na to, na katabi lang nung western entrance to the park. Pero, just a short walk away, you'll find Datun Falls, a multi-tiered waterfall hidden along one of the quieter trails ng Yangmingshan. To get here, from the flower clock, kailangan mo lang maglakad for mga 10 minutes. Tapos, along the way, you'll pass a viewing platform. Tapos, ang ganda ng view from here. Ang makikita mo rin yung Taipei skyline dito eh. Very impressive. Tapos, shortly after, pag tinuloy mo yung lakad mo, mararating mo naman tong mossy na tunnel-like walkway na to that feels almost magical. Parang feeling mo, pag naglakad ka dito, you'll be transported into another world. Tapos, paglagpas mo niyan, konting lakad pa, doon mo na mararating yung Daton Falls. Hindi ito one dramatic drop lang tulad ng most waterfalls, but a series of cascades flowing over large boulders. A little bit underwhelming kung naghahanap ka ng like bonggang-bonggang splashy na talon talaga. Lalo na kung summer ka bumisita tulad namin. Pero locals say kasi na mas dramatic or mas powerful yung tubig kapag rainy season. Pero regardless, marami pa ring mga photogenic spots dito, especially itong elegant na arch bridge na to that crosses the stream. Tapos yung bridge na to, it also makes a great vantage point kung gusto mo naman ng photos na nasa likod mo yung waterfall. Best of all, yung trail na to very accessible lang. Makikita nyo yung direction sa screen. Isa pang waterfall na very accessible from Taipei is Shifen Falls. Located naman ito sa New Taipei City, specifically sa may Pingxi District. Curtain-style waterfall naman ito, stretching around 40 meters and drops roughly 20 meters into a misty basin below. Dahil yung hugis nito parang horseshoe or yung naka-curve, madalas ay kinukumpara ito sa Niagara Falls. Parang smaller or mini Niagara Falls daw ito ng Taiwan. When the water flow is strong, lalo na after the rain, mas splashy yung tubig dito. Mas dramatic, kumbaga. And sometimes, merong rainbows kapag ka sunny. Pero reaching the waterfall is part of the experience. May walking path naman, very pleasant naman yung trail kasi it will lead you through lush greeneries, tapos meron din mga smaller cascades along the way, may suspension bridges din, and ang best part, maraming food stalls offering snacks, beverages, and souvenirs. Ako, yung pinaka-napansin ko dito when we visited is tong mga higanteng atis. Ang lalaki talaga. Siyempre, mas mahal ito kumpara sa mga atis na nakikita natin dito sa Pilipinas, pero ibang level din kasi talaga yung size. Sobrang laki. And hindi ko napigilan, napabili talaga ako. So yes, it's easy to be distracted, pero eventually, kapag tinuloy-tuloy mo lang yung lakad, you'll pass by several viewing platforms, tapos mararating mo na rin yung main waterfall. Unlike many waterfalls where you only get one angle, itong Shifen Falls kasi can be admired from multiple decks. So, ang saya mag-picture-picture. Parang, okay, dito maganda yung angulo, tapos okay, sa kabila naman maganda din, ganon. It is completely possible to reach this by public transportation, pero just be prepared na meron talagang mahabang lakad. Yung nearest stop is Shifen Station. Pero, yung catch is, from here, from Shifen Station, 25 minutes pa na lakad bago mo marating yung start of the trail. Yun lang yung trailhead ha. Tapos from there, you'll need to walk another 15 to 20 minutes bago mo marating yung first viewing deck. So, actually hindi lang mahabang lakad talaga siya. This is why most prefer visiting this as part of a bigger Shifen tour. Kung wala kang patience or energy to pull a DIY, pero may budget ka naman, it's really best to join a group tour instead. You'll find plenty of options on Agoda Activities and kahit sa Klook. Just choose the ones that have Shifen Falls sa itinerary. I-add namin yung link sa pinned comment and sa description ng video na to so you can easily find them. And don't forget to use our promo code AATPT for 5% off Agoda Activities, maximum of 1,770 pesos. And kung sa Klook naman, ang code natin is the Poor Traveler Klook if you're a new Klook user. Pero actually, yung Shifen tours usually or North Taiwan tour, ganyan, may stop din yan sa Yelyu Geopark and Jufen, which we will discuss later in this video. Pero isa pang staple sa mga tours na yan ay ito, Shifen Old Street. Set along an active railway track, itong Old Street na to is one of the most popular stops along the Pingxi Line. Nasa Pingxi District din to, and yung very narrow na street is lined with small shops, snack stalls, and souvenir stands squeezed tightly along the tracks. Every so often, may darating na train that slowly rolls through the street and everyone steps aside until it passes. Tapos, pag nakadaan na yung train, balik na ulit yung crowd dun sa tracks. Nakakaaliw siya panoorin and ma-witness in person kasi nga, as soon as makalagpas yung train, ayan na ulit yung mga visitors. They will wander freely sa rails or lakad-lakad na sila ulit. Pero yung pinaka-attraction kasi dito is yung mga sky lanterns. Yun yung main ritual dito, yung pag-release ng mga lanterns na yan. Locals believe na yung tradition began when villagers used lanterns to signal safety during the coal mining days. And over time, naging symbol na rin ito of hope and good fortune. So today, yung mga travelers, sinusulat nila yung mga wishes nila for love, health, career, even travel. Sinusulat nila yung lahat ng yan dun sa lantern. Tapos, tsaka nila sisindihan, tapos papakawalan para lumipad. Wala namang entrance fee dito. Pwede kang maglibot-libot nang hindi nagbabayad ng anything. Pero kung magpapakawala ka rin ng lantern, yon babayaran mo yon kasi bibilhin mo yung actual lantern. Perched on the misty hills overlooking the coast, ito namang Jufen is one of the most atmospheric destinations near Taipei. Noong Japanese colonial era, isa itong booming gold mining town. Pero ngayon, Jufen has since reinvented itself as a charming hillside village known for its narrow alleyways, tea houses, and lantern-lit staircases. Yung heart of the town is Jufen Old Street. It's a maze of food stalls and souvenir shops kung saan pwede ka mag-sample ng local favorites like taro balls, peanut ice cream rolls, and even herbal teas. Meron ding mga viewpoints dito which open up to sweeping views of the mountains and the Pacific Ocean below, making Jufen wildly cinematic, especially in the late afternoon kapag nagsa-start ng umilaw yung mga red lanterns sa taas. Bukod dyan, ito yung ilan sa mga popular attractions dito. May Shengping Theater, Gold Mine Museum, Mount Kilong Trail, and yun nga, yung iba-ibang mga viewing spots. Kapag nandito ka sa Taipei Botanical Garden, napakadaling kalimutan na you're in the middle of Taipei City Center. Napaka-peaceful kasi dito sa loob, tapos ang daming puno. 8 hectares ito na very lush, very green, and utterly calming, with well-marked paths and wooden boardwalks that will guide you through 17 themed zones organized by plant type. Binuksan ito noong 1896 pa as a nursery. But officially, it became Taiwan's first botanical garden noong 1921. And now it hosts over 2,000 plant species. Meron din ditong Buddhism garden, pero yung pinaka-highlight dito is yung mga lotus ponds na perfectly situated katabi lang ng National Museum of History. At the opposite end of the garden naman, makikita mo yung guest house for the Imperial Envoy, a historical landmark. Temporarily closed ito so hindi namin na-explore yung loob, pero ang nakita lang namin is itong beautifully painted na gates. And okay din naman, maganda naman, masarap mag-picture-picture. Pero yun lang yung pwede mong gawin sa part na to, kasi nga sarado pa. Pero whether you're here for a botanical escape or a touch of history or gusto mo lang mapag-isa or gusto mo lang ng tahimik, nakakatuwang maglakad-lakad dito sa Botanical Garden. If you get thirsty, merong mga malalapit na coffee shops tulad ng Peloso Coffee Roasters with its library-like vibe and FF Coffee Holic na very minimalist naman and marami ding mga pastries na masarap. Mas i-discuss namin tong mga cafes na to in detail sa Where to Eat in Taipei video natin, which is coming up next. So again, if you don't want to miss that, you know what to do. Subscribe lang kayo sa channel na to. For something colorful, quirky, and full of surprises naman, head to the Taipei Expo Park, a lively blend of art, culture, and food.
Nandito kami ngayon sa Taipei Expo Park. Another park. Malaking park. Sure. Daming nilarang bata. Daming upuan. Tapos may mga kainan. So I think dito kami kakain ng lunch.
Yung site na to originally hosted the 2010 Taipei International Flora Expo, pero today it's a year-round hub for festivals, pop-up markets, and events. Yung isa sa pinaka-highlight dito is ito, yung Magi Square. Food court ito, katabi lang. Here, food stalls, artisanal shops, and outdoor cafes come together to create a bustling, market-like vibe. Although when we visited kasi in the middle of afternoon, tapos weekday, mas tahimik lang siya. Pero sabi nung kasama namin na local, on weekends and kapag gabi, very lively yung area. Pwede kang mag-food trip dito ng mga Taiwanese street eats to Indian, Italian, may mga Korean dishes din. Pwede ka rin mag-shop for quirky souvenirs, and minsan may live music performances din. Yung visit namin dito actually, unplanned siya kasi we were supposed to hit an outdoor market elsewhere, pero umulan kasi. So, kinailangan namin mag-improvise. And dito kami napadpad sa Magi Square kasi covered ito. So, ito yung naging perfect plan B namin. And sobrang natuwa kami na nakapunta rin kami dito. Para siyang blessing in disguise kasi nagustuhan namin yung stay namin dito. Sa quieter outskirts naman of the park, you'll find Linji Hugo Temple. Isa ito sa mga lesser known na cultural gems dito sa Taipei. Hindi ito kasing crowded ng Longshan Temple, pero it still impresses with elegant traditional architecture, and meron itong focus on the Linji school of Zen Buddhism, which emphasizes inner peace and wisdom. And since we're on the topic of temples, right in the heart of Wanhua District, Longshan Temple is one of Taipei's most iconic attractions. And completely free ito to visit. Tinayo ito noong 1738, and ilang lindol, sunog, and gera na rin yung na-survive nito. Pero kahit ganon, makikita mo pa rin yung intricate carvings, colorful murals, and ornate wooden beams nito, all breathtaking examples of traditional Taiwanese architecture. Even if you're not here to pray or worship, okay pa rin maglibot-libot kasi the temple gives you a glimpse of local life. You can watch devotees perform rituals and quietly meditate. Ang napansin ko dito sa Longshan Temple, walang incense. Hindi part ng rituals nila yung paglalight ng incense. I think para mabawasan yung air pollution and health hazards. Most ng mga worshippers, lalagyan na lang sila ng offerings dun sa table. Isa pang stunning and ornate temple dito sa Taipei is ito, Bishanyan Temple, which easily stands out thanks to its setting. Yung kakaiba kasi dito sa temple na to, bukod sa it's tucked into the hills of Nehu District, it's also a lookout with seriously captivating views. Perched on a hillside, it offers sweeping vistas of Taipei said to be especially magical at sunset. I said to be kasi we visited on a foggy, rainy morning. So, hindi naman nagpakita yung araw at all sa amin. So, yung view, medyo a little bit covered. Pero it was easy to imagine how spectacular the cityscape must look on a clear day from here. Pero the temple itself is a feast for the eyes. Meron kasi itong mga intricate carvings din, mga dragons, and colorful details that make you feel like you've stepped into an ancient legend. Unlike many temples in Taipei City proper, Bishanyan has a serene, almost meditative atmosphere. Kahit na may iba pang mga visitors, worshippers, or turista man yan, the place feels peaceful and sacred pa rin. Nearby, meron ka ring ibang mga mapupuntahan. Isa na dyan yung Baishihu Suspension Bridge, pero temporarily closed ito during our visit. Hindi ko alam kung kailan siya magbubukas, pero i-mention ko na lang din just in case magbukas na nga siya. And meron ding heart-shaped pond, perfect for couple photos. On the surface, itong Xinzhongshan Linear Park dazzles with sculptural benches, floating walkways, and seasonal blooms. Pero underneath the park lies a hidden world. Ito yung Zhongshan Underground Book Street, which is a treasure trove of mostly Chinese books, pero meron ding mga English selections sprinkled in for lucky visitors. Andito rin yung S-Light Underground Music Store, which is a paradise for music lovers na naghahanap ng mga vinyls, even CDs, DVDs, ganyan, from contemporary stars like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, and Chappell Roan, to legends like Michael Jackson, David Bowie, and yes, even Milli Vanilli. Hindi kalayuan from here naman, balik na tayo dun sa mundong ibabaw. Pwede mo namang ma-explore yung Shifang Street, once Taipei's auto parts alley, pero ngayon ay reinvented as a hipster haven of vintage boutiques and indie cafes. Ilan sa mga highlights dito ay yung Par Store, recommended by locals na kasama namin for its garments, accessories, and music records, and Mitty, which specializes in pre-loved vintage clothing. Malapit lang din dito yung Kiaotong, which is Taipei's Little Tokyo, lined with ramen bars, izakayas, Japanese restaurants, and kawaii culture shops like ito, Gacha Hunter, na puro capsule vending machines and blind box collectibles. Tapos meron ding mga action figures, ang dami. Madali lang din itong puntahan kasi yung area is sandwiched between Zhongshan Station and Shuanglian Station ng MRT. Yung Zhongshan Station is closest if yung main na pupuntahan mo ay Tiaotong and yung Underground Book Street. Pero either sa dalawang stations na yan, okay naman yan kung Xinzhongshan Linear Park or Shifang Street yung pupuntahan mo. Right in the heart of Taipei, makikita mo naman ang Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, isa sa pinaka-iconic na landmarks dito sa city. And libre din pumasok dyan. Malamang nakita mo na ito sa mga pictures, sa mga postcards ng Taipei kasi ito yung sobrang laki na white structure crowned with a striking blue-tiled roof. Although hindi masyadong obvious na sobrang laki nito kapag sa picture mo lang titingnan tapos walang pang scale na mga tao. Pero in reality, sobrang laki niya. Sitting in the center of Liberty Square, surrounded by gardens and wide open plazas. It's a grand place to learn more about Taiwanese history, mag-picture-picture, or maglakad-lakad lang, and admire the monumental architecture. Inside the hall, you'll find exhibits about Chiang Kai-shek, yung buhay niya, and yung modern history rin ng Taiwan. And pwede mo ring mapanood yung sikat na changing of the guard ceremony dito, which is a slow, precise ritual that draws crowds daily. With no entrance fee, isa ito sa mga perfect na free activity for anyone exploring Taipei on a budget. Best kapag ka early mornings or late afternoons para hindi ganun kalaki yung crowd and hindi ganun kainit nung araw. Isa pang free and equally impressive cultural spot is the Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall. Ito naman, surrounded by open plaza din and reflective pools. Inside, you can explore exhibits about Sun Yat-sen's life and revolutionary work. And like Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, walang entrance fee dito, making it an ideal budget-friendly stop. Kaya lang, itong Sun Yat-sen Memorial Hall building is temporarily closed for major renovations and upgrades. So, hindi mo pa ito pwedeng mapasok, hindi mo pa makikita yung interior, tsaka yung mga exhibits sa loob sa ngayon. The renovation project began in February 2024 and is expected to continue through the end of 2026. So, malapit na ulit itong magbukas. And yung main hall and yung surrounding facilities yung ina-upgrade. Kung gusto mo namang mapanood yung extended version nung Changing of the Guard, dito ka magpunta. sa Martyrs Shrine. It's like a mini palace honoring Taiwan's fallen heroes. Built in classic Chinese architectural style, it is a grand tribute to heroic soldiers. Yung changing of the guard dito, it's held every hour from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pero unlike sa Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, yung ceremony dito mas mahaba. Kasi pwede mo mapanood yung mga guards na magmarcha sa full length of the site. Mula dun sa entrance gate, papunta sa shrine mismo, dun sa main building, and pabalik with military precision. So, nakaka-amaze lang panoorin. And yes, the shrine itself is free lang din naman yan, walang entrance fee. Kung ang habol mo naman ay yung isa sa pinaka-stunning na view of Taipei na hindi ka magbabayad ng anything, head to Elephant Mountain. It's part of the Four Beasts Mountain Trail system. Yung Elephant Mountain though, yung viewpoint niya nasa taas, so it requires a hike. Pero worth it naman yan kasi it offers a sweeping panorama of Taipei including the iconic Taipei 101, all without any entrance fee. Short lang naman yung trail, kaya lang medyo steep siya. So, it should take you around siguro 20 to 30 minutes to reach the main lookout if hindi ka magsa-stop often or matagal. Well, depende siya sa pace mo. Marami sa mga postcards ng Taipei na may Taipei 101 dun sa picture as the centerpiece, malamang dito yan sinut. Marami ring mga platforms along the way. Kahit hindi mo pa marating yung pinaka-viewpoint sa taas, may mga lookouts na perfect spots to pause, mag-picture din, and i-absorb yung scenery. The best time to visit is in the late afternoon para ma-admire mo yung view during the day, at sunset, and kapag gabi na. Pero keep in mind, again, na pataas siya, so hindi ito recommended for those na merong mobility issues. When it comes to hiking for an amazing view of Taipei, ito talagang Elephant Mountain yung go-to spot. Pero hindi lang ito yung only option ha. Marami pang ibang mga hiking trails around the city. Kasi, di ba, yung Taipei, it's surrounded by mountains. And when you have mountains, you have hiking trails and lookouts. And isa na dyan ay itong Jiantanshan Hiking Trail. Ito naman located sa Shilin District, mostly frequented by locals. And it's considered a hidden gem kasi hindi pa to masyadong dinadayo ng mga turista. Located ito sa forested slopes just behind the Grand Hotel, which is another attraction on its own. So pwede mong pagsamahin ito with yung visit nyo sa Grand Hotel. Most of the path naman ay paved and merong mga hagdan-hagdan, so beginner-friendly naman ito. Pero, yun nga, medyo nakakalito din kasi although may mga signs, ang dami kasing mga forks kasi ang daming viewpoints din. Isa sa mga pinaka-pinupuntahan dito ay itong North Eye Platform, which offers fantastic views of the other side of Taipei. And by other side, I mean yung side na wala yung Taipei 101 sa frame. Actually, nahirapan kaming hanapin to kasi ilang beses kaming naligaw. Ang dami kasing viewpoints talaga. And habang hinahanap namin tong platform na to, we even stumbled upon a quiet shrine na maganda rin yung view from there. Pero eventually, nahanap namin itong North Eye platform just before sundown. So, okay na rin. Aside from a few locals, we had the trail almost to ourselves. So, kahit na it's completely free to explore, hindi siya crowded at all. Sa susunod na video natin, i-organize natin lahat ng ito into a detailed itinerary. Tapos, isi-share din namin sa inyo kung magkano yung dapat nyong i-prepare if pupunta kayo ng Taipei. If ayaw nyong ma-miss yan and hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, alam mo na yung dapat gawin. Subscribe to this channel, ring the bell beside it, and activate notifications para mapanood mo agad. And don't forget to use our promo codes kasi we get credited for every booking and it helps us create more videos like this. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it!